Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Awakening Beauty contemplation. As usual, before we start, I would like to invite you to grab one of your favorite drinks, tea or coffee, or a glass of water, and join me for a deep contemplation about the wisdom of animals and what we can learn from them. On the personal side, I have been always close to animals. When I was growing up, given that I was an only child, I spent quite a lot of time out in nature. And we were surrounded by beautiful mountains, beautiful forests, and animals turned out to be my best friends. I learned how to listen to them. I learned how to engage with them. I learned how to build trust with them. And that deep wisdom helped me to navigate many challenges in life. And they will help me to see diverse talents and skills we have as an extension of the same family. A couple years ago, as a part of a training I'm a part of the Gene Keys community as a guide. And this was one of the courses introduced by the Gene Keys ecosystem. It's about animals. It's about learning messages from the wisdom of animals. The name of the training or journey is Dream Arc. And in this journey, we journey through different realms of animals. And in different realms, there are different categories of animals, signifying different aspects of life too. In one of the introductory videos about the course, there was a question that deeply resonated with me. It invited me to think about my life in different decades and see which animal will emerge when I think about a particular decade of my life. It was a fun, playful game that will help me to reflect back and think about different periods of life and see what emerged in that specific period in my life. So I would like to extend the same invitation to you by also sharing mine, because by now you know that I am in this journey of awakening beauty. And awakening beauty means us authentically bringing all of ourselves out to the world. And that requires us to ask big reflective questions. That requires us to get to know ourselves better. And this might be just another tip and trick that can help you to get to know yourself better by looking into your life and thinking about different time frames of your life. And asking the question in a way, playfully integrating it with the animals, can help us to go beyond the limitations of our minds. And such is the power of symbols, such is the power of animals and their symbology too. So the question is, how would you represent different decades of your life? If different decades represent different animals, which animal would resonate with the first 10 years? Which animal would resonate with the second decade, third decade, fourth decade, and even beyond, depending on your life journey? So in this case, when I took some time to see what will emerge from the first 10 years of my life, a dog came into my mind as the first object. It was likely because I had a dog. I had a little small puppy that I grew up with. And its playfulness, its friendliness, its trust, its loyalty taught me so many things about what it means to develop love. And of course, the first 10 years is quite important in our developmental journey. And personally, that was the time I spent so much time with my family, including my dog friend too. So dogs are also very friendly and family friendly animals. So when I think about those days, I think dog represents it beautifully with its love, with its loyalty, with its commitment to the family. Then comes the second phase of my life, from 10 years to the 20. That was quite an interesting phase with lots of developmental phases integrated in it. And that was the time I had the opportunity to meet with my little small swan here, which is my symbol, which represents such a core important value in my life. Authenticity, being yourself and bringing that authentic voice out to the world. I think those were the years I finally started knowing myself better, understanding myself better, having different faculties of me, emotions, thoughts coming together better. And that was also the time I received this inspiration from the story of the ugly duckling. For the ones who are not familiar with it, it's the story of a swan born into the family of ducklings. And just because of that, this swan always felt different. But at the end of the journey, when he or she learned how to embrace her or his authenticity, that was the moment he or she has seen the beauty reflected back in the mirrors of the lake. And that story, seeing how beautiful you are, seeing that you are a beautiful swan, to me is such a beautiful reflection of what it means to be a human, awakening to our authentic powers. Through life, we can sometimes feel isolated through our value systems, through our difference. But once we have the courage to accept all of ourselves, maybe one day we realize that we have been the swan that we have been adoring externally, as if we don't have the same essence in us. Anyway, so that story and me finding my own voice interestingly aligned with those timelines. And I interestingly met with this little small necklace of mine that I have been carrying with me for decades. So I guess swan would be the representation of that. Personally, representing authenticity, purity of our humanity for me. So my 30s have been a little bit turbulent, I would say, with lots of changes. Those were the years I moved to United States and I spent whole decade in United States, traveling abroad internationally. On the personal side, facing some family healthcare issues, relationship challenges. Just maybe because of that, what came to my mind first was an elephant. And as you can tell, I have lots of elements in my life, but that was the time I also met with my dear friend Dumbo. I think I carried Dumbo to the screen a couple times before just to bring some playfulness. The story with Dumbo is actually quite interesting. It was once again a challenging moment. I was actually in the middle of a business meeting. We had a lunch break, and in that lunch break, I had another personal challenge coming up. And when I was trying to find some space for grounding, it was within the context of a hospital. I was operating in the healthcare and we were doing some research at Kentucky University Hospital, if I recall it right. And during the lunch break, I walked into the market, the gift shop within the hospital, and I saw Tumba as if he was calling me saying, "Hey, just grab me. I'm going to give you support. I'm going to help you to overcome the challenges and obstacles in your life." Such as the power of elephant. They are big, they are huge, they are large. They are resilient. And in the Indian culture, we have this Indian deity, Ganesha, overcomer of obstacles too. So just to invite that essence more into my life, I started working with elephants and integrating more of their wisdom into my life in my 30s. which I think helped me to overcome personally many challenges. And I am recently entering the world of my 40s. And my surname, Kurt, means wolf in my native Turkish culture. And I think I am receiving the call of wolf more and more in my life. And wolves are beautiful animals. They are beautiful for multiple reasons. They are very intuitive in their nature. They have a deep sense of feeling. And I think that intuitive sense is coming more and more alive in my own personal life. Some say I am a lone wolf, which can be true. I have such a deep relationship with my solitude. I love spending time alone. Not that I'm alone, like I love spending time in nature with animals. So I feel like I'm always in communion with all of life. But yes, it's true that I very much enjoy my solitude, which is another thing that could be affiliated with wolves or some type of wolves too. They have power of solitude. They have the power of wildness. And on the contrary, wolves are also very communal. They are very protective of their loved ones, of their pack. And the same is true for me. Although I very much enjoy my solitude and I would say, very protective in terms of defining my family, my pack. But once you are in that pack, I can also confirm that I am very protective and very committed to ensuring that that pack survives. Yeah, this was a simple game personally for me. That really helped me to think about different phases of my life and finding animal allies that have journeyed with me during that phase without me even consciously knowing about it. So given the phasing of me asking this question, it was a retrospective analysis. But we can always consciously invite the wisdom of animals more into our lives every day. So this could be also an intentional co-creation every day. If you need more wisdom, more guidance, you can just set an intention to receive more guidance from the animal friends and they can show up if you're open for it. Sometimes I receive so many messages from animals appearing around me. Like if I see a rabbit out of nowhere, like 5 times within the same day, I sense that there is a significance in this, like randomly seeing 5 different times in a sequential manner rabbits can tell me something, that there is an importance, there is a message there. And I think about what rabbits might mean symbolically within my culture, within the world, what are the traits of that animal, and if I have any personal memories about that particular animal, I try to remember that story to see what might be the meaning, what might be the invitation here. And maybe because I love animals so much and I have been journeying with them quite a long time in my life, I sometimes also work with oracle decks like this one, Animal Spirits. I'm happy to link if this also appeals to you. Once again, it's not a promotion, but I like the artist so much too. And just to bring a little bit more playfulness into the space, I will be selecting one card and reading its wisdom. Once again, as an invitation for us to stay more open to new insights that we can gain from animals. Are we ready? Let's do this. Look at the beauty of the back of the card. Okay, here we have the winner of the day. We have tiger. Yeah, it's the symbology. Look at that, it's beautiful. Tiger representing faith and inner strength. I'm just going to read it from the book too. The tiger embodies faith and inner strength that inspire admiration. With its powerful presence, the tiger serves as a symbol of resilience and steady ground. Tigers are known for their fierce determination to survive and thrive in the face of adversity. They navigate challenges of the environment with confidence, demonstrating the importance of believing in oneself and one's abilities. Tigers portray a deep sense of faith in their instincts and intuition. They trust in their inner guidance to navigate the complexities of their world, reminding us to listen to our own inner voice and follow our hearts with courage and conviction. And here is a sweet affirmation that can go well with the symbology of the tiger. I surrender my worries and fears to the universe, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Isn't it beautiful? I hope you feel the same sense of beauty and reverence for all the wisdom we can learn from our animal allies. Well, that brings us towards the end of this contemplation. This was a playful game in which we divided our life into different segments of different decades and try to unpack if there is one animal that would represent that decade, what would that animal be? And what's the wisdom? What's the message? It helped us to integrate more into our lives. And moving forward, how can we work with the animals? How can we be more cautious of the impact of the animals around us if they are showing up more frequently? How can we maybe learn more about the message that animal might be carrying for us? And if we have some questions and some things that we would like to understand better in us, can we extend invitations to our animal allies to come and visit us and bring their wisdom so we can hopefully create a space for the answers to reveal themselves at the right time, at the right space. Well, thank you for joining me. As always, I appreciate you being a part of this awakening journey, and I appreciate you for awakening the beauty in you first and creating more of it externally. Till next time, remember your beauty.